Today we're going to talk about the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar because it is testing a level that I think is going to determine the direction here over the coming weeks. So I'll show you guys exactly how I'm trading the NZDUSD in today's video. And if you guys do enjoy this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notifications because I am releasing these videos every weekday in addition to those weekly forecasts on Saturday. So be sure to hit the bell icon as well to get notifications so that you don't miss out. Now, lastly, none of the content in these videos is ever financial advice because it is just my opinion. Now, with all of that said, let's take a look at the weekly time frame for the New Zealand dollar. So first and foremost, okay, we can see that we had a big move up from the New Zealand dollar back here. So from this low in March 2020, we had a big rally here from the New Zealand dollar. Since that time, okay, back here in early 2021, the market has just been consolidating within this descending channel. Now, where things get interesting for the recent price action is if you look back here, the New Zealand dollar actually broke below this channel support. Okay, now there are a couple of things that I want to point out here. First of all, anytime you get a downward break of a descending level, there is a higher chance that it's a false break, okay? So in this case, we had a descending level here with the bottom of this channel, and we saw the New Zealand dollar break below it, okay? It closed the week down here. Now, second of all, you can see that we had support back here right around this 65.30 level. So the market found support here and bounced right back to test this level as new resistance. So that's another key point here is that anytime you get an immediate retest of a level, okay, so in this case, we saw the breakdown from the New Zealand dollar and we had the immediate retest of this level as new resistance. So anytime you get this kind of a snap back to a level and a very aggressive move, then this is more likely to also be a false break, okay? So we had a downward break of a descending level like this, which is a higher chance of a false break. We also had an immediate retest where the market broke below. The very next week, it snapped right back to test this area as new resistance. So those were two red flags that this down here, okay, was likely a false break. Also, furthermore, remember that the market came into support right down here. Now, obviously, all of this happened weeks ago, so you might be thinking, why are you telling me all of this? Because this happened, over a month ago. The reason I'm pointing this out first is because a lot of times when you get a false break to one side of a pattern like this, especially one this significant, you do get an extended move in the opposite direction. So for the New Zealand dollar, that would be a move higher. Sure enough, on this candle right here, we saw the false break confirmed. Okay, the market closed back above this level. It then tested it as new support down here. And so far from this low, the market is up about 200 pips. Now, on top of that, that brings me to today's setup, okay? I don't think that the market is done just yet, okay? A lot of times, like I said, when you get a false break like this, that is this significant, you do get an extended move in the opposite direction, in this case, higher. Okay, now you can see where 68.70 is going to be the level to break to see the New Zealand dollar head higher. You can see that back here, it was support. The market then broke below it back here. It then flipped to resistance. Okay, and it has been resistance ever since November of last year. So right now, the market is once again testing this level after this big bearish rejection candle back here about a week ago, okay, or less than a week ago actually. So right now, the market is testing 68.70 again. And a lot of times when you see a market that just hangs out around a level like this instead of just selling off like it did right here, and it bounces right back to it, that's also a sign that we are going to get a break higher. Now, here's the key for this market, okay? Here's the key for the New Zealand dollar. It needs to close a day above this area up around 68.70. So we need to see a daily close above this level up here to flip it to support. Until that time, this level is technically key resistance. And on that note too, I do use New York close charts so that each daily session closes at 5 p.m. Eastern, and that gives you 5 24-hour sessions each week. Okay, now if you are looking for a broker that has these kind of charts, I do have my preferred broker linked in the description of this video below. So if we get a daily close above 68.70, okay, that's going to be the key. That would be the first daily close above this area ever since way back here in November of last year. So we need to see the New Zealand dollar flip this area back to support. And if it does, then I do think we're going to get a move up here toward the top of this channel. All right, so remember, this is the big descending channel where we had the false break back here. Okay, so this was a false break, confirmed on the weekly close above it, and this is going to be resistance if the New Zealand dollar can get above 68.70 on a daily closing basis. Now, I do also want to point out a level here, a horizontal level, that could also intersect close to the top of this channel, but not quite. Okay, so this level up here, you can see has kind of served as a pivot for this market here over the past few months. So if you look back here, you can see it was resistance here. The market broke back above it, and then it was resistance through this area, support here, resistance once again, support, and then resistance. So it's not really a level that has held the pair above or below it for any material length of time, but it is definitely a pivot in the market, and it's something to keep an eye on. So that level comes up right around 70.70. So keep an eye on that as well. But this channel resistance up here is likely to come into play long before that level right there at 70.70. Okay, so once again, guys, in summary, I am going to wait for a daily close above this 68.70 area before I look for a long opportunity for a move up here toward channel resistance right around 70.50. Okay, so from this level down here up to resistance, it gives us, let's say, approximately 170, maybe 200 pips worth of potential there. Now, you may be asking, why would I not short the pair? Okay, why would I not short the New Zealand dollar right now? And there are a couple of factors, okay? The first is one that I mentioned earlier. We had the false breakdown here, which a lot of times when you get a false break like that, you do get an extended move in the opposite direction. And furthermore, like I said, the market right now is just hanging around this level after this bearish rejection candle. Okay, so we had this candle here, and the market did sell off initially. However, it snapped right back to resistance. And so far, it is just hanging out there today. Okay, we're not really seeing any intense selling pressure around this level. We did earlier today, but the market once again came right back to resistance. So for those reasons, I'm not interested in shorting the New Zealand dollar. I could miss out on this. It could be a great short opportunity if the market does roll over, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with missing out on opportunities because I know that the next one is right around the corner. Okay, so the only thing I'm looking to do here is go long the New Zealand dollar, but only on a daily close above 68.70 for a move up here into the 70.50 region. But just keep in mind that until the market closes above this level, okay, it is technically below it, meaning that this area is going to be resistance. And from what we've seen so far, it is a very significant resistance level. Okay, so keep that in mind. I am not buying the pair today. It is going to take some more time to really see what plays out here. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notifications. Smash that like button and leave your comment below. I will talk to you again tomorrow.